Good morning, junior high. This is going to be our week 2 kind of tutorial video. So I'm going to show you everything you need to do for the week, so you're ready to go and get everything taken care of as you go throughout this second week of our online learning. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you, and that way I can walk you through the lesson. All right, so you should be able to see everything on my computer now. And here I am on Google Classroom. I'm just under 8th grade, but it doesn't matter. It works for both, or all 7th, 6th, and 8th grade. So here we are under your classwork. Please remember, don't access things from the stream. That will not take you to the actual assignment. It just lets you look at it. So you want to be on our music classwork page, all right? I left a lot of things here from last week because I did not get everybody's stuff turned in yet. So I left those in case you do want to get those in for points. So make sure if you haven't gotten that done or weren't sure how to get something done, please ask. Okay, I would love to help you. But the only new things you're going to see this week are there's going to be 3 posts. 2 of them will be there this morning. One will be this video, and the other is this week 2 lesson plan, okay? On Wednesday, you can see this is my view. You won't see this at all, but here's the quiz on Wednesday that I'll post, and you'll see that on Wednesday and be able to take that, and I'll explain that more in a minute. So every week, you'll first want to watch the tutorial video that I'm making right now, and then you'll want to look at this week 2 or whatever week we're in lesson. This is where you're going to see exactly what the plan is for the week and the directions for each activity and where to access or turn those in, okay? So I'm gonna open that. All right, here we go. So it says week 2 procedure, follow this lesson plan for this week's assignments. We'll be using Quaver a lot, so hopefully you all made your Quaver account. If not, please email me so I can help you do that. Because from here on out, if you don't have that made, you're not going to be able to do what you need to do for this music class, okay? All right, so first thing you're gonna do for this week, we did Baroque last week, so you watched the episode, we talked to Bach, I think, and did some of that listening map with those Baroque style music pieces, okay? Now we're on to classical. So the classical period comes right after the Baroque period. And this week we're really trying to figure out what are the characteristics of the music from the classical period, what composers are in the classical period, and really how did the music and the orchestras change when back then they shifted away from Baroque more into classical. So that's kind of what we're looking at, and that's going to be what kind of questions I'm asking you as well. So to get the classical period episode, this Q-Libs, talk to Mozart, talk to Beethoven, which is classical, everything 1 through 5 that you need to do are on Quaver. So to get there, you'll type in quavermusic.com. I already have a little tab, so I'm just going to click it. And then it brings you to this page. Here's where you will hit login. And it takes you to your little sign-in page. This put in your ID you made and your password. If you did not already put in the Quaver code, you will need to do that. If you did already put it in, you should be okay to hit enter. And just so I make sure you know where that is, if you did not find your Quaver code for 6th to 8th grade, Quaver account setup, open the PDF, and I have it in there, okay? Enter. Then you get to your student dashboard. So I made a student account so I could see what everything looks like. So here's what you're gonna see as well. It'll just have your ID there. Quick assignments. If you're bored and you finished all of your schoolwork for the week, like on Wednesday, let's say, you can always go in here and there's lots of fun creatives and student things for you to do, or some Quaver books that are really informative. So it's up to you if you want to spend a little extra time doing that. But assignments is where you'll find everything you need to do for the week. You won't see this because you're only in 6th to 8th, but I have all of them so I can see what they look like. All right, so to get your actual assignments, click the red rectangle week 2, It's going to say incomplete, but I'm not grading anything on Quaver, so you don't need to worry about turning in anything on Quaver. Some instructions for you, and then to open it, you hit assignments or launch. Either one will take you to what you need. All right. So first thing, classical period. That's what it said here, classical period episode. Watch the episode. It's going to give you lots of information about classical music and how it changed from the Baroque period to classical. Let's see, do I say, yeah, here's some questions that you should be thinking about. You don't need to answer these per se on paper, but they will be in your quiz later on this week. So it might be good to maybe jot down some notes. All right, after you watch that episode, we're moving on to QLib's classical period. To get there, I'm gonna hit next. It'll take you right there. Since we're not at school, we can't do the team challenge, but you can do the single player one. And when you hit that, it's gonna give you this little paragraph with some fill in the blanks. And you have a minute and a half, so you're gonna have to try and go quickly and see how fast you can get it correct. So drag these words wherever you think they should go. Obviously that's not the right answer. All right, I'm gonna go back real quick. After you do that, if you wanna do the fun words one, that's just like a little silly thing with like random weird words. Chorus, celery, Donald, like Donald Trump, our president. All right, after you get through that activity, you're gonna be talking to Mozart and talking to Beethoven. They're two of the big important composers that lived during the classical period. Mozart came first, so we will talk to Mozart first. Lots of cool information about him here, where he lived, about his life, and then you can listen to some of his music as well. There is a quiz at the end. I would answer these and make sure you know what the answers are because some of those are probably going to show up on your quiz here at the end of the week. Wink, wink, okay? Same thing for Beethoven. Lots of info about Beethoven here in this activity, same thing. Okay, so talk to him, where he lived, about his life, listen to his music, take the quiz. Okay, so you're doing that same thing for both composers. After that, we have one more activity, which is classical. So there's going to be 6 listening examples here. I don't want you clicking on these question marks yet, okay? Listen to each example. 3 of them will be out of the classical period, what we're learning about. And then the other 3 are either going to be Baroque, Impressionist, or Romantic, which we'll get to those 2 in the next few weeks. Your job is to listen to all of those and try and figure out which 3 squares are classical. If you want to add a little extra challenge, try and figure out which square is Baroque, which one is Romantic, and which is Impressionist, and then you can check and see if you got them right. Okay, just a little fun challenge for you. After this on here, these 2 things are going to be optional, not making you watch these. As you can see, it's very short though, so you might just watch it. It's a funny little video about Mozart, and the next one's about Beethoven. They just give you more information that will obviously help you on your quiz later this week. So maybe just, take the 5 minutes and watch those, all right? Here's your last thing. Take the Google Forms quiz posted under music classwork. I'll post that on Wednesday, and I will be grading it for completion. So you probably won't lose points for getting things wrong, but I will be able to tell if you took 2 seconds and just put in whatever answers, just to get it done. So take the time and make sure you're giving good work. Remember, one of my rules is try your best. So I expect to see good answers. If there are questions where you have sentences to answer with, please don't put 1 word, okay? If I get things with 1 word or 2 words, that's not effort, okay? So make sure you do right and complete sentences, all right? So that explains everything that you're going to need to do this week. For today and tomorrow, you will only see week 2 and this video when I post it in a minute. On Wednesday, you will also get your quiz to do by Friday, all right? If you have any questions, please send me emails or comment on here so I can see it as well. I'm happy to help you, especially if you didn't get your Quaver set up. You really need to do that like 5 days ago when it was due. But please don't let that stop you from asking me for help. I'll help you set it up, okay? All right, so unless I hear from you for help, I'll see you next week for week 3 video. Take care, guys.